Hi, I'm Dr. D. Leitner, and welcome to the Doctor's Den, where I interview friends and former students to hear their stories, learn from their personal and professional growth, and hear about how they are engaging politics, strategy, and leadership in their everyday lives. So without getting into the nitty gritty, because I don't need to know what happened, but you said that you've experienced politics in Leitrix, and I'm assuming also at the National Library you dealt with it, where ideas were clashing and what's most important and what's this, what's ever. Could you sort of tell me a little bit about how you experienced politics in your life and I mean, let's say in your business life for now, in your work life for now, because I know that there's a topic where I have to talk about a little bit later about personal politics, but politics in business, how does that come to play? What kind of, you said power struggles, what does that mean?
Yeah, so when I started working in larger organizations, you learn about a lot about the organization and the hierarchical, the value hierarchy that exists within the organization. And it may not match up with what you believe to be the right thing. I think that was my experience, is that I was working on a certain project and it wasn't necessarily the top money bringer or the biggest, the most important thing. So, it was all about division of resources. Where's the resource going? Who gets the engineering time? Who gets the product time? Who gets the development time? And it was a lot of, balancing that out. And I think that was mostly the job of the product managers, was kind of trying to decide how to divvy up the resources that we had. But honestly, I reflected a lot on your classes when I was first getting introduced to this new structure of organization, because you really saw it in real life. It was like, okay, this team is building this product, they get X amount of development time, and this team is working on this thing, and they get X amount of development time. And my idea of what was most important definitely clashed with what was determined to be more important. And I think that created kind of a struggle between me and certain teams and certain team members. It was kind of, everybody had to sell themselves in order to get what they needed. And it wasn't simple. It was not simple to actually fight for the resources. At the end of the day, I did get what I needed, and we did move forward, and the product did become what I hoped it would become. And then they shut it down. So that kind of disappeared in the end. So that whole
Wait, when they shut it down, is that the reason why you left? There just wasn't a spot for you, or?
no, no. I was still at the company after that. They actually had a round of layoffs back in July, where they laid off 12% of the workforce, and unfortunately, I was included. But fortunately, unfortunately, it actually worked out for the best, for me, and I'm actually grateful that it happened when it happened.
So it sounds like you found yourself thinking strategically really often. Would you say that that's true?
Absolutely. I find that a lot of the lessons that you taught us they're just very real. Like, whether it's in my personal life, whether it's in my professional life, it's always there behind the scenes. Whether or not you actively look for it is a different question, but it's always there playing in the background.
Thank you for joining us in the Doctor's Den. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you next time.